I'm Dorothy Godin, broker with Remax Crown Realty, and welcome to Thursday Thoughts. I love this time of year. The market settles down a little bit, and I actually, during the Christmas holidays, will get a total week off. And if you know me and my business, that's pretty rare to have a week off where nothing is happening. But Christmas seems to always allow for that. So the last 30 days, we've definitely seen the market slow down a little bit. There's been 105 residential sales in the city of Greater Sudbury. The average sale price is pushing almost 460,000. Average days on the market is 29 days, and the sale to list ratio was 99%. So it's just the craziest market because we've seen the year to date, the actual volume, the number of sales is down 18%. So we still have this lack of inventory. We need more listings. There's no question about that. The market has slowed down in that there's not as many multiple offers. We're sitting at almost 30 days of average days on the market, which is it's pretty normal. We used to see that all the time. And sale to list ratio is now under 100%. So we're getting like 99% of list price. So the market has settled down. We see signs of that. It's slower, but yet the average sale price is still maintaining itself. Year to date, we're only down 0.4. So it's just crazy. It's been a crazy year, with the interest rates and the market changing and buyers and sellers just not sure what to do. So I'm happy to put this year to rest. And looking forward to the new year for sure. So I wanted to touch base with our spring market. So a lot of people, especially if you listen to the markets down south, their spring market starts, March, April. In the last 2 years, our busiest months have been May and June in terms of volume of sales. But if you look beyond that, usually it's June, July. June, July tend to be the most productive months. So for us, our spring market starts a little bit later. So if next year you're planning to make a move and you want to get ahead of the spring market, which I always think is a great thing, why would you wait till the spring when everybody else is on the market and you have more competition? So I think it's good to be on the market in January and February and March to get ahead of that spring market. So lately this year, I've worked with a lot of people who have downsized. They've raised their children, and a lot of people are moving closer to be with their family. And it's very interesting. And if this is your situation where your children have grown and they've moved out of Sudbury and you're wanting to move to be closer to them, you're probably, and this is typical, you're probably going to be downsizing. And you've probably been in your house for 20 to 40 years. I've met a lot of people who, they lived in the same house for 40 years. And as we all know, we accumulate so much stuff through those years. And for some reason, when our kids leave, they often leave their stuff at our house because they're just starting out and often they're renting and they don't have room for stuff. So if you're in a situation where in the new year, you're going to be downsizing and moving into an area where your children are residing, I need you to think of a couple of things. The winter time is the time for you to start purging and decluttering and going through all of the things you have and deciding what can I keep, what can I get rid of. It's very emotional when you've raised your children in a home and you've been there for so long. It's just emotional. The move is emotional in itself, but getting rid of things is very emotional. But so take the time now before you get into listing to kind of start purging and decluttering and making those decisions about what can I live with, what can I live without. If you're like many people, your kids have moved, but they've left a lot of their stuff at your house. I always tell my people, create a deadline for your children to come and get their stuff. Make them understand that, it's difficult enough for you to get rid of your own things, and it's very emotional that they need to not have to deal with their children's stuff. So make a deadline for your kids to come and get your stuff, or we're going to donate or give it to somebody else. Now is the time to do any kind of minor renovations that need to be done, any repairs. I would caution you, though, to call in your realtor to decide, what renos will bring you good value. I find in this market, when prices are still pretty high, that sometimes it's not necessary to invest $20,000 to get your house ready for the market to be listed. Sometimes it's just a matter of, fresh paint. And I just caution people when you're doing renovations, because you think it's going to be better for you at a listing point, making your house more saleable. That may be true, but the question is always, can I get you that money back? If you're investing $20,000 to get your house on the market, am I going to be able to get you that money back and more? There's a good chance that that won't happen. So you have to be very strategic about where you spend your money on renos and repairs. So do call your realtor in early enough before you start doing that. But so take the time, if you're going to be listing in the spring, take your time now to declutter, to clean, to depersonalize. And I know that, depersonalizing is really difficult for a lot of people, but from a staging perspective for putting your house on the market, you need to depersonalize for sure. So I hope you find this helpful. I'm looking forward to a little break during the holidays, but as always, I'm always available. You can reach me at Dorothy Godin at remax.net or 705-561-2360. It's during these deep winter months that I do market research for a lot of people who are sort of on the fence about whether or not they want to sell. And one of the beginning points is, well, what am I actually sitting on in terms of an asset? What is my house really worth? And sometimes that's the first step. So call anytime. See you next week. Bye.